This is Carol, so AKA Naughty Boss Live. There we go. And now we are live again and we are recording. So we just wanted to make sure recording to our podcast channels. It is Trending Thursday. We all know what that means. Are you going to be the trendsetter? Good morning, everyone. This is Carol, so AKA Naughty Boss Live en route, in transit, in Vero Beach to pickleball with two
Sisters. Hey, and good morning, everyone. This is Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, and Trending Thursday. We always talk about trending topics, but I'm thinking that perhaps we should talk about what should be trending. What does that mean?
I don't know. You go for it, girlfriend. But P.S. I just want to tell our audience and our viewers. There goes my water bottle. Hold on one second. That's because I'm in a truck right now and I wasn't holding on to it. My fault. But anyway, if for some reason I do go in and out, it is because I'm en route. So I just wanted to let our audience and viewers know. But go ahead, Jan. You tell us what should be trending.
So what should be trending? Think about what's happening in your world and perhaps maybe in your community, or maybe in your household. Obviously the Northeast at this time is going through it's very, very hot. It's been in the 90s, and the next few days we're expecting a lot of storms, which led me to think about what should be trending and why are there so many different storms out there. And I'm not talking about this the climate control issues in the world.
Okay, there she goes again, P.S. For those of our listeners that cannot see the visual I'm looking up, Jan, Wellness Diva, is leaning forward with a very whispery voice, if you get what I mean.
A little creepy, don't you think?
Yeah, I would say that's creepy. Yes, it is.
Anyways, many have said that the storm is upon us, and I will probably reference a lot of different terms that are normal terms, but they can be interchangeable. And I will not be using any silly putties, but you can be damn sure there might be a slingshot or perhaps a throwing saw. And I just had the article up on my other computer and it just went, so I have to restart the computer because I had all my reference over there.
No worries.
There's a lot going on, right? And the Summer Olympics are upon us, and certain different news organizations, different people have been speaking about the one thing that they shouldn't be speaking about, which is the person who, and let me just be very clear and frank. I believe in free speech, even if I don't agree with it, even if I think you're a schmucktard, I believe in that. That's our God-given right.
Amen.
But in that same respect, you have to be willing to take the heat during the storm. And what a lot of the newscasters and different people out there are saying is they're spending so much time on this one person. And I am tired, and I sound a little bit like some of the sportscasters or the newsworthy wannabes. Oh, I am tired of. Well, let me tell you what I'm tired of up front. Not only has this taken away from all the athletes, not just in that specific sport, but from the whole standpoint of what the Olympics stand for, it's taken away from the people who put in all of that hard, strenuous, time-consuming time to craft what they are good at. And the gal who both the gals who won first and second place. I think all of you out there that are talking smack, we need to, that's what we should be talking. That's what should be trending. Those athletes from all over the United States, from all around the world that are putting in their time and their effort to craft and hone in on what they are passionate about. They are passionate about, obviously, their sports. We always talk about what we're passionate about every day. So Carol, so I'm not sure if you can chime in for a moment. What are your thoughts about what should be trending and what I've chatted about so far?
Well, absolutely. We know the process. We always talk about health, wellness journeys, the stepping stones to get to that end goal, right? To get to that main event. And for a lot of athletes that take pride, really in having the successful dream just to even qualify to be on an Olympic team from any country is a feat in itself. The percentages of any of these wonderful athletes actually fulfilling that goal is minuscule. Not everyone has the ability, the training, the ethic, the worth ethic that takes into that training process. They may even have all those worth ethics. And you know what? If it's a time sport, their time doesn't meet. They don't make that team. So that should be the focus. First off, the glory of actually just having the honor to represent your flag, represent your country, and to be standing shoulder to shoulder, locking arms with elite athletes from all over the world. That stage is paramount for so many. That's really the goal and the focus to be. These are the qualifying rounds and or Olympic teams that they're forming. I know that a lot of outrage has been to, and rightfully so, to really omit this person from the team roster. You won't get any argument from me, because free speech does have a price. Accountability with your words, guess what? It happens. Now, we know in professional sports, totally different ballgame, right? Totally different stage. While I don't agree with it, that is still their right to do. But I do not think it is an athlete's right to be. You can be an activist athlete, but you better choose wisely on the stage that you choose to debut your opinion and or your protest, because this is a whole different ballgame, a whole different mindset for a non-professional athlete. I mean, don't you remember the days when you were a pro athlete? You could not even be on an Olympic team. You couldn't. Those rules over time changed. You had to, I believe, it's been so long, but I believe maybe you had a certain amount of years you had to be, quote, not a pro. That's on an Olympic team. From what I will say, this is, that direction, that mindset, that narrative is in fact taking away the two that showed honor, that showed respect, that were there for the right reasons. And what I will say is the end conversation would be, get her off the stage. There's consequences in life. And I think that's part of the hard part in the media world, in the social world, in the dynamics of our world today. There is accountability for your actions. There's accountability for your words, because guess what? Those are only one of the two things that we can control. We can control what comes out of our mouth, but do we have the integrity enough to admit we're wrong, or the integrity enough to admit, oops, that was a oops moment? Do I want to be remembered, in 10, we talk about age and different decades and how your mindset changes. And as you get older, you reflect differently. You look on your health and wellness differently. You look on your mindset differently, right? Well, if I was in her position, she is not going to tell me that in 10, 20, and 30 years now, she's going to have that oopsie moment, like, what the hell was I thinking? And those are the ramifications, the repercussions in the accountability that a lot of these activists do not understand and do not comprehend. Because you find a lot of young athletes, young activists We know because we've already had those life experiences, right? We've already lived through those decades. We know what it's like to be in the teens, in the early 20s. Our mindset, our verbiage, the way we act is different when you get up to your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s. Your reflection on life is differently. So sadly for this, and I actually feel bad for her because I do believe that's one of those pivotal moments in her life that she's going to want to do a rewind, a redo. And guess what? She can't.
No, she can't. It's all out there. It's on video. Everybody's seen it. And I don't think this is the word, but there is sacredicity
I
in,
like it. It's got a little vibe to it. Sacred. I don't even think I can pronounce it correctly. What the hell?
okay, the diva, just that I'm claiming that one, sacredicity.
Good girl, because you can wear it, you can say it. I'm tongue tied when I say something like that. It just doesn't come out right. There's no flow in my flow.
But you remember, for instance, when we were kids, when the Olympics came out, it was like, I get the chills thinking of it. We were all glued to the TV. And I specifically, and when I think of this, I kind of get choked up, you know, some things that I remember as a kid. When Dorothy Hamill won the Olympics, and obviously being in a skating family, we knew Dorothy, we knew her parents, and mommy receiving a telegram even before it was televised that she won the Olympics. And then, of course, in 1980, the USA hockey team beating Russia, right? I mean, that was unbelievable. In fact, our sister-in-law, Emily, was actually in the rink when that game took place. Like, I just think of all those athletes, the coaches that put in that time and the effort to really go above and beyond. And like, that was such, the Olympics were so sacred, you know, to have the world come together.
They were, and I think that's the missing piece. Maybe because of social media, maybe because we're such about instant, we have to know it. There were times where the way it was televised. Obviously, if there was a time difference, like we were kind of kept in the dark, and you really depended on the old-fashioned news to kind of give that report on the 6 o'clock or 11 o'clock news. So the whole dynamics of it's changed. But what I think should be trending is, we're in the month of July. I started out today, because normally when you start out the first day of the month, there's a lot of fluff. There's a lot of, and I don't want to I'm not going to say positivity is fluff, but there's a lot of, memes about, new start, new beginning, blah, 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 blah. Those are all good. But if we're not living our life each day with gratitude, with blessing, and be the trendsetters of goodness and kindness and living the golden rule, and how do you, really present yourself on the world stage? That's what should be trending. And how do we change that? By really thinking, and it's good to be passionate, it's good to be an activist, but if you're not doing it with the utmost respect for those that you want to impact, what's the point?
Well, exactly. And again, I just want to make it very clear, like, do that in a different platform, not where you're representing the United States. Like, but I really, I want to give a huge shout out to the other two Olympians, and the gal who won the gold and the silver. Like, that is what should be trending. And
absolutely, they did an amazing job, and they deserve the accolades. They deserve the attention. They deserve. Sorry, I'm in the front end of pickleball, so we got a lot of people ready to get their pickleball on and chatting. But those are the people that should, the accolades should be shown. Those are the people that should really be recognized. And it is good to bring it to the forefront of what that particular athlete did was wrong. It was disgraceful, but move on from that. Put the focus on the athletes that it should be, and that's what should be trending. And with that, it is going to be a steamy Thursday here in Vero Beach. I understand the Northeast is also getting that steamy temperatures going on, but you know what? It's good to sweat out those toxins. So thinking of it that way. And with that, this is Carol, so AKA Naughty Bus, live from Vero Beach Pickleball, here with you with two
Sisters, hey everyone, this is Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0. And just remember, what should be trending in your world? Have a great afternoon, a great day, and we will see you tomorrow morning. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Have a great day, everyone.